Good morning, soldiers. This is Sergeant Merrill, and today we're going to continue our conversation from the last video titled, So You Decided to Join the Army. So I think I'm going to be changing the dynamic of this series. You know, when I first started this series, what I had in mind was just answering questions about people who have already decided to join the Army. And as a result of that video, a lot of people really liked the advice, and they had so many other questions about such a broad range of other things. Those are type of videos that I used to do before, and that I would like to continue doing. So I'm changing the dynamic of this series. Instead of calling it So You Decided to Join the Army, I'm going to call it Sergeant's Time. And I think that's appropriate because in the Army, every week, it was on Thursday when I was in, I'm not sure if they've changed that, but every week on Thursday, you had a day called Sergeant's Time. It is Sergeant's Time training. And it's where your particular NCO would come up with some type of training that he thought would better you in some way. And I think that sounds pretty good. It sounds like something I'd like to kind of transform into this series and carry that whole concept with me. Now, this may not be a Thursday type series. It may not even be a weekly series. It's just going to be a conversational type series. I know I'm the only person talking, but I really encourage you guys to get involved in the comment section with your thoughts, with your questions, because that's what's going to fuel the next video in the series. So based off of the comments from the last video, I'm just going to pick a couple things, a couple different thoughts, and we're just going to talk about it. And the first thing that stuck out in my mind that kind of jumped out from the comments was somebody made a comment about females in the military and saying that they really shouldn't be there. Saying that females have no place and that it should be a male-dominant military. And it jumped out to me because I think it's incredibly wrong, number one, and I want to talk about why. And the first reason being, guys, I wouldn't even exist if females weren't allowed in the military. That is just a fact. My mom and my dad met in the military, and so I would not be here today if that was not allowed. And also, having served in the military myself, I can tell you that females absolutely have a place in the military because it's just a state of mind, guys. You know, I'm sure 100 years ago that it would be completely ridiculous for someone to think that a female could participate in the whole voting process, or that a female could own a piece of land, or that a female could even run a company, or that a female could even go without a husband later in life. You know, those were all completely ridiculous concepts 100 years ago. And now look at us today. You know, look at us today. Look how that state of mind has changed and how it's accepted. Now, that state of mind hasn't completely transformed into where where I think it needs to be. So there is still some misconception that a female cannot be a good soldier, and that is so wrong. You know, I had so many female NCOs that were 100 times the soldiers than some of my male NCOs. And that's what it all comes down to, is being able to do the right thing, you know, do right by your soldiers and get done what needs to get done in the smartest way possible. It's not about how much you can bench press. You know, in some of the combat MOSs, maybe I can understand, you know, yes, you need the type of person who can be physically dominant. But I've seen some females, again, that are right up there. So I don't think it should be, just a straight rule, no females in combat MOSs. I think in most cases it might be correct. And I do think currently we have a state of mind to which the males that are in the units of the combat MOSs might be distracted because of that female being there. But again, that is a state of mind that I think eventually, and rightly so, will change. Females absolutely have a place in the military, guys. They can do anything you can do. And this is as if I'm talking to a male-only audience, but I'm sure some females are listening. You know, don't put yourself in that state of mind. It is old school and untrue, and anybody with real-world experience should know otherwise. Another reoccurring question and reoccurring concern, considering that, you know, most people were talking about the military in the comment section last time around, is that they were too skinny to make it through basic, or that they were too skinny to get into basic. They wanted to know, am I going to be able to make it? I'm kind of a skinny guy. And I was the same way, guys. I was a rail when I joined the military. I think I weighed 150 at the most, and I was 6'2". So I was pretty damn skinny. And I actually bulked up about 15 to 20 pounds in basic. They feed you right. They work you out the whole time. The minimum, unless it's changed, is you need to at least weigh 100 pounds. I think you need to be over 4'5". So if you're 4'6" and 100 pounds, you're good to go. Now you may have some trouble in basic, but if you are a volunteer and you sincerely want to be in the military and serve your country and do the right thing and not use the fact that you're skinny as an excuse, you're going to be just fine. Again, if you listen to my last video, it's all about doing the best you can and not giving up. If you can do that, and you're at least 4'6" and weigh over 100 pounds, you'll be good to go, guys. Another concern, and this one's actually kind of humorous when you think about it, is a lot of guys are nervous about, believe it or not, showers in the military. That some people just don't like to get naked in front of other people, especially other dudes. They think, oh man, don't look at my junk, man, and it's a lot of people are concerned about it. They're like, man, I don't want to join the military. I ain't trying to get naked in front of other dudes. And it makes me laugh at this point in my life, because if you have not been in a situation where you have to work with a bunch of other stinky dudes to accomplish a goal, there's something wrong. It means you've never been on a sports team, a serious sports team. It means, you've definitely never been in the military. And it also means you've never been to the damn gym. Now, it's not like it's gay, guys. It's not like you're asking Private Johnny to give you a back rub in the shower, or that you're even sharing the same shower head, for Christ's sake. It's just I think some people are really stuck on their personal privacy. And someone seeing you nude is like the ultimate form of invasion on their privacy. You're just going to have to get over that, especially when you're going into basic, and especially later on in the military when you have a roommate. I mean, shit, sometimes you have two roommates. Your sense of privacy is going to be severely invaded, and you're going to have to get used to that. And I think the showers is just the main culprit of people's worries. I do not want to be naked in front of other people. Guys, it goes away real quick. You stop giving a shit. There just comes to a point where you're so stinky, you're so nasty, you just want a damn shower. You whip your damn clothes up, you flop your shit all over the place, and you just go get a shower, and that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this video, guys, for your comments, for your thoughts. Again, the dynamic of this series has changed. It doesn't just need to be about the military. This is going to be an ongoing conversation between me and you. Let me know what you think. But that's all I have for this video. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.